Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation.
The Red Prince takes on a reserved air, and you've the feeling he'd blush if such a thing could be noticed.
Secret of my soul, I said. What poppycock. Didn't sound like me at all, not in the slightest. So drop it. Indeed. Rallic, if I'm not mistaken. Always was rather the slow sibling in the Pantheon, wasn't he? Because you're the very apex of your species, I assume. You really mustn't let one little god meeting go to your head. My goddess told me the same thing. Of course she did. But I do wonder, can a god be called a god still if they have to plead with another to assume the powers they seem to have lost? Of course I did. Only I'm not foolish enough to let it buy my loyalty.
Let's go. Boat first, questions later.
Malady grabs the vessel with 2 hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The Magisters learned that the hard way.
How the wind moves their hair. If only they were alive to feel it.
I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty, especially as odious a duty as those dead Magisters held. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
So close to escaping. I remember this one. His name was Caban.
Pray to you for
His
my
friend's
Seeker
sword
brethren.
couldn't save him.
Show us the path to salvation. Show us the path to salvation. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril. Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it, but...
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something is nestled within it.
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him, without warning. He burned, like he was made of parchment. Nothing. The ship is live wood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it. The Magisters must have done something, warped it somehow. I just don't...
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again, her head held at a despondent angle.
Thank you. We were held captive together, on this ship. He kept my spirits up. Now just remember what I said, Godwoken. If you die, then this was all for nothing.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the...
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive. Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive. Question him. Someone has been hunting your kind, and Alexander fancies himself. As far as we know, you may even be the last still alive. If Alexander is guilty, he'll face justice. Yes, we certainly had better, but the ship...
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
This is barbarous magic.
Expedient magic, actually. The ship is made of live wood. It has the spirit of an elven ancestor tree within it. It seems Dallas has found a way to bind that spirit to her. That means only she can control it, unless we can find a way to break the bond.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy.
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. Their kind like to feel useful, don't they? Hopefully, you'll never have to find out.
Farewell, Mattis. You did the Seekers proud.
there you are. High time to stop gallivanting and resume our journey together, wouldn't you say?
There you are. I was just thinking of you. Dying to hear them. Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause happens to be you. She's desperate to meet a living Godwoken. She'll be exceedingly pleased we're en route. We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular. She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means something when I say it. Your kind can reach astounding heights. Meister Siva can help you do just that. A place called Driftwood hosts to putrid fish, putrid dwarves, and Meister Siva herself. You'll probably find it quite comfortable.
Our survival hinges on getting this ship moving, Godwoken. We're searching every corner of it for anything that might help us.
You made it, Godwoken. Good. Not all of us did, though.
Ah, there you are. High time to stop. Off we go, then.
There must be some way to get this ship moving. There has to be.
There must be something around here. Something we're missing.
Bring so close. We have to set sail.
Think, damn it. Where would a Magister hide something? Think, damn it. Where would a Magister hide something? Maybe there's something below decks.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we? She's not exactly a seeker. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning his gaze back to you.
I won't let the fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas. No better to think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this... He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than leashed. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. That was before we found the others. Other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited, and waited some more. Alexander never rose to divinity. Then we started to find more like him. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive, and so the Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for what's ahead. Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure. Meister Siever's there too. My leader. Our leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart. Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. Show you how to manipulate them. Keep Lucian close.
The silent monk leans from one foot to the other. He seems eager to move. The silent monk leans forward slightly and stares at you straight in the eyes. She seems...
To find a way to get this ship moving. We can't let the Magisters catch up with us. We're too weak to fight them again.
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? Now, onward!
What am I even looking for? Will I know it when I see it?
what I was looking for.
Nothing. Damn it. There must be something around here. What am I even looking for? Will I know it when I see it?
Melody says if we can get the ship to move, we can go home. Home!
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment. All that fighting will be worth less than nothing if we can't get this tub moving.
I must say, you may not be an eternal, but you are certainly not as temporary as many of your fellows. Personally, I am just glad that I do not have to walk back to Reaper's Coast. Wind travel may be primitive, but it is at least efficient. Livewood? You have taken a dead elf and carved it into a pleasure yacht? I knew you people were barbarians. I had no idea. Well, no matter. Whatever gets me to Reaper's Coast quickly. I have an excavation site to explore.
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
The only treasure worth digging for. Knowledge. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people had been found. Some were even intact. Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red-robed idiots were scurrying about too, trampling precious clues under their ignorant boots. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their questions, and dragged me here. Still, it's good to be on the move again. They simply asked me what I was doing there, and I simply told them to be gone from my lands. I may have used the phrase pathetic mortals. Come to think of it, I may have used it several times. Damn fools. The faster we leave them behind, the happier I shall be. Well, you see, I have a rather pressing engagement at the Black...
The skeleton breaks off mid-sentence as he notices your hand. He pulls out a notebook, flicking through it, running a finger down the pages.
Physical contact, voice lowered, coy looks. Good heavens. Is this a mating ritual? Oh. Well, that's a little close-minded of you. But I'm not here to guard against your poor choices. Although perhaps you would be interested in a companion of another sort. I need to travel to the Black Pit's oil field near Reaper's Coast. But my attempts at staying under the cover have not gone well to date. Given how well you handled yourself in Fort Joy, I rather think you could be of use. And I am certainly useful to you. So, how about it? I travel with you and aid you in your various chores and tasks, while you help me to remain incognito. Very well. Let's be off.
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment. Not a thing but spiders and disappointment. Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
How you doing? You creatures with your legs and arms and your opposable thumbs. You always want to steer the ship. You need to trust the ship. It knows what it's doing. It dances to the tune. It goes la 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 la, or something like that. It's pretty catchy, but I can't remember how it goes. Good thing Dallas had that book, eh? In your hands. This is generally accepted amongst creatures like yourself. Opposable thumbs, remember? All right. Go to the nose bit of the ship, open the book, look at the markings inside it, sing the song. That's it. Get it right and the ship will dance to your tune. Get it wrong and the ship will kill you.
Wish I had had a clue what I was looking for.
That's always entertaining. For me, anyway.
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing. But what?
You're the Godwoken, right? Then maybe you can find a way through this
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. Then, oh, I see you have a full contingent already. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing.
Being behind bars suits you, murderous scum. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else?
up in here.
The old band back together again, hmm? I guess that depends, doesn't it? Look at me. Hard. What do you see?
Losa leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met. She blows back a lock of white hair, matted with sweat and grime, and holds back a smile from the corners of her lips.
I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. Enough!
Seriously? Look at me. I look like lukewarm death. This isn't a joke anymore. You see that, don't you? I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. I can hear its thoughts. It isn't out for blood. It's out for pain. Domination. Total domination. I was wrong to think I could hold it off. I might hurt you. I might hurt anyone. Could you stop me? Really stop me, if it came to that?
Can't you say anything else? Bloody magisters.
Promise? Well, all right then.
She pinches your cheek, a sparkle in her dim grey eyes.
You keep saying that. It won't.
I knew I could count on you to murder me in a pinch.
I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine...
Wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe come see me when you're a bit more on the lonely side. Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing.
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints audibly pop. She sees you.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alex.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price. We're a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The Hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us.
The Seeker throws a toxic look at the imprisoned Magister.
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and use her for arrow practice. But Malady wants her alive for now. No. They had her stand below, chained up in the dark. But the Reds were up to something in here. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks. But I swear I heard chanting and horrible moaning coming from here. But when we broke free, it was empty. Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end
A
of
young
the rope.
Magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander's unconscious form. She leans over and applies a damp cloth to his brow. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. There's a shift in the Magister's expression, a flicker of doubt. Then...
I'm a good Magister, loyal. But Dallas, something about her has changed. She's toying with dark magic, like a common sorcerer. She used to sing to the ship. It let her control it. She had this old book of hymns and incantations. It was only ever in her hands, or else locked away in her cabin at the stern. That's all I know.
Whatever that Magister, good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much of a talking mood.
Almost got me that time.
You're not trying to escape, are you? Try again. Better luck next time. Try. Meet your maker.
Meet your maker.
Glory is mine. Mate, prepare yourself.
Greet.
Almost got me that time.
Greet the Reaper for me. I'm ready. Meet your maker. I've spotted something.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice its unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection. The wood groans and creaks. For a moment, you swear a face appears in the wood. A face tortured and tormented, a six-sided shape carved upon its forehead. The face vanishes. The word goes unheeded. You will need more than a password to... The door seems like any door, at least at first. The wood groans and creaks. The face vanishes. The door remains closed. It seems you need more... The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appears. Then... The door remains unmarked. The thud of your fist upon the wood resonates deeper than you'd expected it to. It turns into what sounds like a... The door remains unmarked. The door remains closed.
There you are. I was just thinking of you. This is Dallas's ship, but she can't have been the only one who could get it moving. There's a way to move this ship on board, I'm sure of it. You'd be surprised. A ship like this holds many secrets. Hopefully you can discover some these seekers might have missed. The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion lately. But then again, so have the doors downstairs. Everyone, please don't.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea. There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather staining. It almost looks like a pattern hole.
Hear my prayer. Show us the way forward.
The figurehead continues its vigil. Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. It's angry. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm, across your chest. Your lungs feel like they're on fire.
Be careful around the figurehead, Godwoken. Ter Sendelius, hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril.
Sing hot?
Damn it.
The silent monk
Something important if I was Manchester. Did you hear? We're bringing you to Meister Siva, the head... There must be something around here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Whatever that Magister... All right then, just... Hope you find something useful.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the divine. All right. Don't harm him. I'll be watching.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only half closed. His swollen jaw hangs open at an odd angle. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow, jagged swells.
You spoke, didn't you?
A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope. The gem sits heavily in your pouch. Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, he looks more boy than bishop. The Magister leans in and whispers urgently.
If you ever find yourself face to face with Magisters, you tell them I was tortured. I didn't betray the cause, not until I was near death.
Whatever that Magister told you...
No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom door. Please use the port side door.
The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone.
I am summoned. Speak the password. Yes, and yes again. The word is spoken.
You did it! I knew there had to be a way, and you found it!
You got through the door. You really are a Godwoken.
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention to you.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course.
Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was a Magister holdout? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape. It seems I'm in your debt. Took it? No, no. I made it. Have you seen the kind of metalwork the Magisters deploy? This is in a different class to them. As I said, the Magisters left me weakened. But this will help give me the strength to carry on my work. Despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire the woman a little. She's unwavering. She will break before she bends. If you cross paths with her, be sure to break her. I doubt you will get another chance. Why torture? What else?
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored, as if it were magically decayed.
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined them in the process. I have particular skills that she sought. Healing, crafting, and more arcane magical practices. She had me enchant a dead cat, for instance, so it would seem alive.
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forearm.
That damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. The rest is a blur. No! Necromancy is an unsavory practice, not something to be trifled with lightly. This is but a cunning illusion of my own creation, nothing more.
His face abruptly creases into a smile.
But come now. Enough of Dallas and dead cats. You've taken this ship and granted my freedom. This is a happy moment. I'm afraid I cannot tell you what I do not remember. Could you pass me that copper wire just there?
An unseen force yanks the copper out of your grasp. Tarquin catches it and offers you a thin smile.
Butterfingers? I'm afraid I truly can't remember anything. Now, unless there's something else you want, I need to get back to my work. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? An active imagination. Overheated, even. Perhaps you should let this matter rest. Your blood is up after your adventures.
If this one was enslaved by Dallas, then he could still be under her thrall. We can't risk keeping him around.
I'm not perfect myself. It isn't for me to judge this one.
Let the creature live. He is hardly worth our time.
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a lot more power in his grip than his slender frame would suggest.
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. There's likely not a soul aboard this ship without secrets they'd rather keep hidden. Why should I face more scrutiny than the rest? Well, pardon me if I don't put too much stock in your feelings. Knowledge, facts, discerning, educated opinions. That's where I put my faith in. I have nothing to say to you. Think twice in future before you urge violence against others.
This looks like a teleporter pyramid. It could certainly come in handy.
Only one way to find out. Try using it.
And you thought Rivellon was flat. And you thought Rivellon was flat.
As I stalk my prey. My tail rattles like a snake's. I suffer. one understands me. Me miserable. Mumsy? Is she here? Mumsy, where are you? 'Tis I, Boopley Bear. I am quite changed, but don't be frightened. You? She sent you?
The cat begins to purr and rub itself on your ankles.
Any friend to Mumsy is a friend to me. I believe the song is around here somewhere. Oh, I don't know. In the direction of over there. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. In the I don't know. I don't know. The song, of course. Trouble not my weary mind with duncery.
The cat purrs, an eerie clicking sound.
Tell Mumsy to come back soon. Now that I am but bone, I'm too light to trip the moving door. I'm sure there's a rat back there.
Fasten tight.
Now is not the time for a bath.
What's this? I found something. Locked.
spotted something.
To none.
Were those guards or victims?
Both, I fear.
Another pyramid.
This is written in ancient lizard script. It appears to be a song.
What is it, Red? Naughty lizards. Then I suppose that rune on the figurehead was a slave scar. This tome must be the song that controls it. Well done. Go on then. Sing it to the figurehead and get her to sail. At a slaver.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this. Keep Lucian close.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea. At that moment, the ship serendipitously creaks beneath you, almost like it is acknowledging your observation. The deck beneath you groans and trembles, like the ship itself is awaking from a slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
You are not the witch. You are not Dallas. You sang the song. Now you must decide my fate. Are you to be my new master? Perhaps lizard blood does not truly run cold then. Thank you. But I cannot be free again. Not truly. I am a vessel, and must be guided. Let me take you wherever you wish. We can depart as asked. I am here to serve in all ways. Sacrifice must be made willingly. Our home was stolen from us. Magisters destroyed our way of life to end the war they started. Then they uprooted me, and they tore me apart and turned me into this monstrosity.
The creaking of the ship eases into a contemplative silence.
Once, I was an elf. I passed away and was reborn as an ancestor tree in a beautiful forest surrounded by kin of both flesh and root. But that time has passed. I saw that forest reduced to a dead place. Then I was taken away. My memories were lost like the leaves from my branches. Of course. Wherever there is sea, I will endeavor to bring you. Consult with your companions and set a course.
The ship's awake. Good. Is she ready to sail?
A slow, toothless smile stretches across her face.
To driftwood, then. If you must, but do hurry.
Turned into the slaves of warmongers.
Missing hat, natty beard, vessel adrift. It's a sea captain's worst nightmare, it is.
How can one be seasick when one has no stomach? This is heinously unfair.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Yes, I can imagine it might be somewhat difficult for you. Go on then, play in the sun.
Hey, don't I know... So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band back together again, Look at me.
Lohse leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eyes.
But I'm not the same, am I? I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually. Magister ran.
You don't get it. I'm dangerous. You have to pay attention. You have to be willing to... Can you do that? Promise? Well, all right then.
She pinches your cheek as...
I knew I could count on you to Let's go, Chief.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now, Red. The bell can't be unrung. You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now, Red. The bell can't be unrung.